Well, today I'm going to show you how I people scout public land. I'm showing you that food plot first for a reason, because when people drive down an old country road and they happen to come upon state land, which is what this is, but you wouldn't know it because those two posts right there had the sign that said what this was, but the locals knocked that down. So I'm going to keep their secret and not tell. But there is a titanic load of acres here. This road, from this road to the right, and then up and around to the left eventually. But this right here is private farmland, also food plot. But how I people scout, what I call people scout, is look for traces, any of these odd noises you hear, like banging, clanging. I got thermosol and water jugs. Yeah, so I got a few things clanging and banging. But the first thing you want to check out is the parking lot. It basically just looks like they come in, park, and leave. You don't see any deep ruts from ATV, wild activity, minimal trash, which I think actually just blew in and hung up here. There's nothing just thrown out here. So there's two things that tell me that it's not real heavily populated with people, which goes hand in hand with they knocked the sign down and they really don't want anybody to know it's here, which happens a lot with wildlife management area, hunting area, in a lot of states, I'm sure, but especially this state. A lot of the places around this area where I hunt, if you don't know it's there, I'm slowly creeping up on this road for a reason, to show you that very few people have gone around the gate. You can see slight tracks right there, and I'm sure that's a bow hunter lately going back there with his four-wheeler to set up his bow stand. But that's one. That's not worn down. That's grass just pushed over. That'll pop back up. It was probably recently. I got off subject there, so now I forgot what I was talking about. So you want to look for clues anyway. I'll start, maybe it'll come to me. I'll continue. You want to look for clues of, heavy people use, as well as deer use. You can see either the deer or the people have gone around the fence. You got to expect that. Still again, another lot of trash. I know I'm being really noisy with the clanging and banging on me, but I'm not carrying much. I don't want to make it look like I'm actually scouting for deer. I am in my mucks and bird hunting pants and a camo shirt, only because if I do happen to hear a car or something coming, I can stand still next to a tree. Not to hide from them, but you don't want to give away your secrets either. Even though that's private, you still want to see what kind of trails and what's over there. You can't go over there, but the deer do. I mean, there's beehives right there, which I'm sure they don't mess with that. Maybe wishing they can go by and take a big lick. But up this road a ways, I've hunted this before, so I kind of know it a little. Not a whole lot, but enough. Up this road a ways, it'll open up and then there's a creek that runs through. And I'm really only interested in what I'm looking at right here, because if you remember at the beginning of the video, that food plot. Now everybody that drives up in here is going to see that food plot. and make a plan off of it, just like I'm doing. So that's what I'm talking about with people scouting. You want to see where they go for two reasons. One, to avoid them, and two, to learn from them. Now we know about this guy with the four-wheeler. He comes in, looks like a couple times. So there's a bow stand in there somewhere, probably. Or he just likes to ride around. But what I'm looking at is over here. Now you can see these posts, I mean, they've been here since the day that they claimed this wildlife management area land. Oh, and here's a tip. That little mound right there. You know, you come up out of your hunt in the morning, say down there, where I am planning to try, right along that tree line, which goes right into the corner of this big old food plot. But you could set a target there and have a good backdrop. You know, your midday, you come back, take a little nap, grab some food. But here's what I'm talking about. These little trails that come off of this parking area are either people or deer. So you want to kind of see, like that one looks more deer. It's thinner legged. And that does go down through there a ways. But that could be a more popular one right there. So that's what I'm looking for right now. What kind of trails do we have here that run off this? Because this is obviously the quickest access to that food plot. Walk straight over there, jump the fence, boom, you're in it. So, you know, and here's a gate. And all this is open. So, yeah. Let's go right in it. Let's look for sign. Sorry if I'm a little all over the place with the camera. I have it on a handheld. And I have a tendency of turning my hand down with my head down. Well, that might be a bed right there. So we might be onto something here. This is the east facing slope. East is that way right there. South is that way. So this is all southeast facing right here. So you could very easily find some beds. But you can see what I'm looking for is major trails that just more or less cross. Like this one's kind of heavy right here. Looks like it comes right across here and goes right into that thicket. That's kind of what I'm looking for. Something that's coming across from that thicket tree line out to the field. That one's pretty well used and almost got good cover, but not really. And it's not really that far away from the parking lot. So let's go a little further. Oh, jeez. Yeah. With tall grass like this. By the way, if you're wondering why I have this, it's stretched out. It's only about 6 inches shorter than my bow. So if I find a spot where, look at this. If I find a spot where I want to make I can just hold this and get a general idea where my bow is going to be and if it's going to hit anything. This I like right here. This is right at its lowest point, and we got some trails coming from there. We got some trails coming from there. Looks like we got more trails coming from here. With, you know, like they've been standing around, mingling, laying down, getting up. Now this would be kind of tricky to hunt in the morning because they're going to be out there. I did kind of a measurement thing, so we're quite a ways down. Kind of see how that's looking straight level to me. That's how high the van is up. But anyway, on the Onyx Hunt app, I did a straight line measurement from where I was sitting to the other side of that field, and it's 550 yards. So that's a pretty good size food plot. This is a pretty good trail. I want to get, even though it's hot as hell, and I'm in all these clothes. There's a nice bed right there. That's a little bed, but it's a nice one. Like, what I mean by nice is probably last night or this morning. More recent sign would be nice to see, you know, like all these. I'm seeing a bunch of little pokes everywhere, all these little trails that are just kind of trickling right into this thicket. They're either going in or coming out. So, and to me, the way the grass is laying, it looks like they're going this way. It's like they're making the grass lay this way as they're walking. So, maybe they're bedding in there right now. We're going to go high, because if they're in there, they're not going to jump unless I really absolutely spook them. The bucks might. They booted out of there. They probably already had. But I'm looking for sign. Even though seeing them is the best sign, there's a major ant. Those are the kind of things you don't want to find. Yeah. It kind of looked like they made an anthill on top of a rotted something. Okay, now that I'm back in here where it's a little more tucked in, you can see I'm down one little ridge through that little saddle and kind of up on top of this little ridge right here. So now I want to start looking for, right here, old rubs and scrapes. This might be an old rub right here on this tree, maybe. I don't know. But that's what we need to find. We'll find a little bit more sign than just a few trickle trails walking around out here. Although that's okay too, because at least you know there's a bunch of deer walking through here. Every once in a while I'll step on a big old mound and I'll get out of whack, so excuse the camera bouncing around. Tell me that's not a good blind. You get in here 3 o'clock in the morning. Right at the end of this, at the very end, that tree line down there, there's a cemetery, and you could park there and walk up the road, that 500 yards, and walk your butt right up into this tree about 2 in the morning, take a nap. I bet there's rabbits in there for the lore. I'm just looking for sign of anything that's hanging around it, because bucks like to lay right up, tucked up against that kind of stuff, especially with the field right there. I think that's alfalfa. It's alfalfa or beans, I'm not sure. It looks like alfalfa to me. If that's beans, that's looking good. But see, there's a bed right here. That's what I was looking for. It's a pretty big one too. I mean, that stretches quite a ways. And I don't see any others. But there's a nice trail right here. This looks like it comes right up over that little hump ridge Goes right down through here. Goes right into that corner. Okay, so we got from this tree, straight line to that tree. Now we got to go in there a little further. We know where this trail line is. See if we can find another one in here. So if I can find, a pretty decent thicket that I can hide in, 10, 15 yards from that line, that imaginary trail line from that pine to that tree, right back in here. See, it drops off really good here. These are bedding areas, so really nice bedding areas. Wow. I've been back in here a lot. Yeah. This is good. Sorry for the camera again, guys, but I'm trying to show you the bedding. Yeah, this is nice. It's really hot, so excuse my panting, and I do have water with me, but I'm not sure how far I'm going to go in, and I don't want to drink it all up and have to hike back out with nothing. But there are all kinds of trails. And as you can see, the grass is all leaning that way. So they're going up into that from there. Coming here, laying down, hanging out. Got a big old gut full of that stuff out there. Coming back here, laying down, puke it up, chew it up, and go back in there for the day. Might even be some water back in there. If you get back in there far enough, you'll hit lowland swamp. This is really nice. I'm surprised I haven't jumped any, to tell you the truth. And I may have already. Because this is just crazy looking fresh. I mean, just a big matted down area like this. Could be nighttime beds, get out there and, like I said, get a big gutful. And come back in here and lay down. Alright, let's go out to this field edge. I pretty much confirmed what I thought was going to happen there. When you see big piles of dirt like this, check them out. Look at that footprint right there. That's a monster. Both of those are monsters. It's going this way. Yeah, this is really good alfalfa right here. Really good. And hopefully there's no trail cams on the edge of this, because I am pretty much standing on private property right now, but I think they'll allow me this buffer to walk right down through here. Looks like clover. It is. Jeez. I don't know. Pretty nice. I want to see what walks along this edge into their tree line over here. Here we go, here we go, here we go, here we go. What'd I say? Okay, we got one rub. Right on the edge. That's what we're looking for. Now this is not our land, or not huntable land, so let's go. You can see, I don't know if you can see the van, but we're not far from that van. I could literally get here early in the morning, go over here and walk down the edge of this quietly. Let's get in here a little ways. This looks pretty thick. this looks like a trail right here. Snap, crackle, pop. We ain't gonna go in that way, but look at this. Got lots of cover. This is a pretty dominant trail both ways. The grass is matted. It's not laying nice, it's matted. So they're walking this both ways. This trail looks like it's coming out this way. All the way the grass looks. Kinda. I don't know if that's a trail or not. Hope I'm not boring you guys talking to myself, but I use these videos for my own research purposes later on. I'm still looking for scrapes. That one that we've seen over there. It'd be nice if we can. We're on state land now, so if we can find some more of them, that would be nice. That's really nice and thick in there. I mean, you can tuck up in there, even if you cut yourself a shooting lane. There's the trails right here. There's two. There's one that walks right along this, and there's another one right there. And plus you got that Invisi-Trail from that tree, that little bunch of trees there, that pine tree. It runs right along the outside to that tree right there. That's quite a shot from there, though. But this one right here that I'm standing on, this one right here, see it? To that tree is 6 yards. To the first bunch of trees you see right here in front of you. That's 6 yards. You could tuck right up in there. I mean, they could easily be laying right in there right now. And I'm sure they are. That's so nice. Sweating balls, so I'm going to keep moving. I don't want to keep dropping too much scent right here where they come out later. Just going to screw things up for a few days as it is. I really don't think I'm going to even try to make a blind or anything. Just because it's so thick right now in the early season. You could literally, like all these little swamp willows, these little yellow stringy things, whatever they are, you could literally walk in that 5 feet and disappear. The trails are right here. I did spray down with scent killer. Whether or not it's going to help, I don't know, because it's a really super warm day. But I'm not seeing any more rubs. So not really where the trees are right now, but they would like to rub on. I'm about to get to that. I just wanted to see where they started. Yeah, see, this is a little bit more. There's one right there. Alright, we got a rub line. Right straight along this. So, he's young. He's a little guy. He's about 8 inches from the ground till about maybe 30, 32 inches. Yeah, he's a little guy. But there's a trail that walks right along this. Right through here. Well, that's showing signs of it to be a little guy. That does not mean much other than typical proof. Typically, smaller trees, smaller diameter trees, and lower to the ground usually mean a younger buck. If you're wondering what I'm talking about, which I'm sure most of you guys do not. I mean, there's signs of old rubs in here, don't get me wrong. There's several other trees that have old damage, but I don't really count that because that can be anything. In Minnesota, the way the wind blows and rubs trees together so hard around here, like this one, that could have happened years ago with a tree that was next to it and finally blew over or something. You just don't know. So, but there's an out trail coming right through here. Alright, that's a bed. Pretty nice bed. That's actually a really nice bed. It looks like its head went right up that way. There's his ass, or her, right here. See if I can do this right. Here, he's down this. No, I guess I was right. Yeah, this is the butt. And you can see the shape of the circle right here. And then off the circle right here, it's its head. Right there. I don't know if you can see how that's packed down right there. That's where its head was laying. That's the body. And like this. Right to the swamp edge. That Thermacell is working really good. I don't have a single bug landing on me right now. And when you're scouting, here, hold on. I don't know if it's a tip, if you want to call it a tip, but I try not to use bug spray. This is what I use right here. Thermacell. It's scented. You know, it keeps the bugs away by a nasty scent, which is pretty much what bug spray does. But Thermacell, it's in the air, and eventually it dissipates so much quicker. Look at that bed right there. Holy cow. Another one right here. Jeez. There's a bunch of sticks in there broken. What's going on here? We got some good sign right here. That's a big bed right here. And another one right there. Alright, this is good, good, good. I like that pine tree so far, truthfully, guys. I'm thinking. I thought I was going to get up in here, to tell you the truth, and just pop one coming by. But it looks to me the ticket is to catch them coming off that field and coming in here to lay down. Now, what the hell kind of a wind would I need? I would need wind to come from this way right there, which is pretty much due east. East, northeast wind coming, going that way right there. I need my scent to go right up over that ridge. Let the thermals take it right up. Thermals are heat waves that push the air up a hill. So deer will travel, 3/4 up a ridge, to catch the thermals of anything below them, like coyotes or anything predator. But there's a nice trail right there. But I can also use that to my advantage. The sun coming up over these trees will hit me, and the thermals will pull my scent right past this pine tree, right up and over that ridge right up there. So that'll be nice. But I still need that east-northeast wind, and I can hunt this right here. I can just wait for that one shot. I have all these little trees to range. I actually have the rangefinder on me. Let's see, this one right here to that pine tree. Let's see, I got the rangefinder. From this spot to that pine tree is 22 yards. And this is the farthest spot, the farthest tree away. So anything from this little tree in between Oops, sorry guys. Anything from this little tree right here up to there, I could shoot knowing I could hit it. And yeah, there's beds all over here. All over here. We need to find another rub is what we need to find now. Hopefully it's raised around this little bend in one of these trees up here, because that would make sense. Or did we find one up here already? I don't remember. Oh, this would be a perfect spot. Yeah. Nope. I thought he was going nuts on that little tree, but there's might be some old rubs there, but like I say, two trees rubbed together can do just as much damage on these softwoods. This really soft bark. You can scratch that with your nail and do damage. I'm going in here a lot further than I expected I would, but right through there, I don't know if you can see it. Maybe I'll try to zoom in, but you can see the cattails. That's swamp, a land swamp. So right in here is like kick-ass buck bedroom. And we were just walking on a trail that went into that. This is insane. This is such a good spot. Tucked way back in here. It's all bedded down. Nice. This is all big beds right here. Alright. Let's get up out of here a little more. Turkey. Or a pheasant, I mean, not turkey. I have a pheasant stamp, but it's not in season right now. But I'm pretty sure it just landed out in that alfalfa, right in that corner. Huh. I can hear them. Wow. So that pine tree right there, guys, what do you think, huh? Yeah. I got a little bit of thermal action from the sun coming up from there. I would be on the opposite side. Not the opposite side of the tree, but to the left. I would be sitting on the south or the east side of it, facing east with this on my background. Hunting all along this, I'd be able to see almost all this. Probably wouldn't be able to see all this. I'd be able to see all that, pretty much all that field for sure. It would be nice to find one more rub just to show that dominant line that he's trying to set up here. There's all kinds of signs of movement down here. My head's going all over the place. I hope the camera's not, guys. I'm sorry if it is. But, yeah. I mean, like this, you can see deer just walking right down through there. Getting down in that little stuff. This is crazy. 10, really. I mean, I bet we're not. Let's measure it. Because I kind of want to know. I want to know where this corner's at anyway. Heading 4 yards to the van. It's not bad. Yeah, I wouldn't park there anyway. That's to the farthest corner towards this as you can get, so I would not do that. This trail right here is about 100 yards from the van, straight down. That's pretty good. This is a nice trail right up out of here. Just such nice bedding areas. I'm not good enough yet to know just by, location to tell if that's more a buck bedroom than a doe or a family or any of that yet. Sometimes I can if it's droppings in the beds and stuff like that. Sometimes you can tell by the size of the droppings, and happen to be other signs close by that you recognize. But to me, a deer, if it's tired and if it's comfortable, it's just going to lay down. I mean, like a cow. Sometimes you see cows standing in a field, sometimes they're laying down in a field. They're comfortable, it's a good spot, they lay down. It's kind of how I think deer work. Need to find some trees that have got some little bit thicker mass to them so I can see if they're damaged at all, like this one here, but it's not. Yeah. Because usually they're almost standalone trees, like this one would be a prime example of a perfect bud tree, kind of out there by itself, away from the rest of the herd. Even this one right here. Nothing. Not near as many trails here either. It's almost like they're going into the thicket now and moving around. Or maybe up higher. I didn't think of that. Because of that cool plot up there. But there's a trail right here still. And the grass is going the other way. Laying over the other direction. For the most part. But now we're getting into some yeah. Been mowing a lot of lawns lately. And with a guy with hay fever, I don't know, I shouldn't say hay fever, but some type of allergic reaction to dust and stuff, like most people, I guess. Yeah, I'm a little heavy chested, and plus it's really freaking humid right now. Super humid. And I'm in the lowest, swampiest area you could possibly be right now. Literally inches from water. That's all water right there, that thick green grass goes up the swamp. Yeah. And let me tell you, we got some swamp donkeys here, boys and girls. Yeah. They get out there, they live, 5, 6, 7, 8 years, no problem. They don't need to be anywhere where all the young, naive little deer go. They come out here later and eat on that field. There's also bear here. So, I have yet to see any sign of bear in this particular area of this state land. I mean, this state land goes, you can way north up there. I have other hunting land that I hunt way up there north that takes almost 15 minutes to drive around all this swamp right here to get up to the other side of it, to get to it. Because it's all dirt roads and turn this way, turn that way. There's a lot of acreage here. Well, I'm pretty sure that pine tree is going to be the ticket. Because even from right here, you can't even see it. But with glass, I'll be able to look down here. Okay, let's say I'm a deer coming through this way. I'm trying to keep a low pro. I want to get over to that field. Do a little browse. And they browsed the shit out of that one, didn't they? Okay, we're on their trail. You can see the grass is laying over and it's going that way. So, here we go. This is what they do. Let's see how far along they can go comfortably before they get near that pine tree. Because right now they love this lowland stuff. All it takes is about a 6 to 10 foot elevation drop for a deer to use it for a movement area. And this is prime. I mean prime. It's funny, and now that I'm going this way, all the trails are way more dominant. Holy cow, look at all this bedding right here. There's a van right there. Yeah, look at this trail. Another trail coming out right there. Coming right into here. And we're still not near that pine tree yet, so they can get quite a ways comfortably. Oh, there it is right there. Right behind that tree right in front of you. Of course, they wouldn't be able to see me yet. I'd be facing the other way, facing to the left yet. So they'd still be coming up. Now, I'd be able to see them already by now for sure, because I'd be using my binoculars and looking this way the whole time. And I'd see them coming right up through here. This is where they would comfortably walk. Yeah. This is going to be great. They're going to get here, and they're either going to go that way or that way. It looks like they actually go several different ways. So, yeah, I'm going to be right there, facing that way pretty much, because I want to watch that whole line from here all the way down, because there's all kinds of trails that come up out of there and go into there. And that's where the majority of the beds were, down there. This trail is me over here. I can tell just by the way I'm walking. That was me right there. I came up on this. I'm pretty sure. because I wanted to see what was behind it, remember? So anyway, yeah, I'm gonna be like right here, so I'll be able to see from that tree that we were just looking at. They come up over the ridge right there, so I'll be able to see antlers or ears. I'll be on the ground, obviously way lower than this, like sitting on the ground probably, tucked into this tree, because my shot's going to be out here or out here, because I want them to walk past this tree. Either way, either direction, I want them to come out here past that tree from either that way to the right of it or this way to the left of it. That's exactly what I want, and I'm going to be tucked into that. All right, we got a plan. Look at this trail right here. This is the invisible trail, that invisible line trail that we were talking about. Yeah, that's the one. And truthfully, the way the wind is blowing right now would be sweet. Well, I think we have a game plan. Now that I see what it's looked like on the ground. Today is Tuesday. Opening day is Saturday. Now, I may or may not come here. I'm going way out here because I don't want to make any more scent that way. So I'm going to go way out here and go around and go up that way. And still stay in the grass. But anyway. Today is Tuesday. Look at this. There's trails coming right down through here. Right from where my van is. Coming right straight down. Right to this corner. I think we might have already talked about this. But anyway, yes, again. So we got Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and just to air out. Let's check out the footprints. That's pretty decent doe. That looks, or 1 year of a buck. All right, we got one more land to check out since it's the hot a day, and we pretty much got a game plan here. All right, you can see there's no beds here at all, so I'm thinking don't park with the van where it is, park it way over here to the left of these poles. Near that stop sign up there, and then walk on the outside of the poles down to these trees, and yeah, swoop it down to the low part of this, and then go across and go up top of the pine tree. That way none of this over here will be touched by me from this day forth.